wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. LaRusso.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Yes, play about it.
Yo, what's guys, back to Cobra Kai Karate. Welcome back to a brand new video. And guys, today we're here to talk about Daredevil episode 4, Daredevil Born Again spoiler review. I know it's coming a little bit late. I watched it last night when it came out. I wanted to make a review tonight, but I thought I'd watch it again. I watched it again this morning, and yeah, here we are. So yeah, I know I don't have my microphone set up right now. Sorry about that. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's beyond the point. So we're gonna talk about this. This is obviously spoilers, so you guys let me know if you thought about the episode down below, and let's get right into it. So if you guys have been watching my reviews, you guys know I've been a bit mixed on the show so far. I think it's been good television for what it's been, like a solid 7 out of 10, but it has not reached that tone or that atmosphere that the original show was. And like I said, maybe I also put my expectations too high. Maybe I shouldn't expect it to be that or replicate or, you know, live up to that, but that's where it was, and that's where I do think it should be, or at least aim to be, and it just hasn't been there. So for this episode, I was really hoping a lot for them to push it there. Although I don't think they necessarily found that tone yet, I do think what they've done in this episode was absolutely spectacular. So let's talk about it right away. So like I said, I'm gonna talk about the things I did not like. We're gonna go to the things I do like, and there's a lot more I like than I don't like. So the only thing that I do not like, I still feel like the pacing's a bit weird with the characters coming in and out. I still feel like there's a lot of tone shifts. You know, like for example, White Tiger's family was not a big deal in episode 3 at all, even though...
Alright, and now enough of all that yap says. Thank you guys for watching this. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to check out live tonight on my sports channel and get like my sports. I'm going to be talking about sports there. And I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme solutions are extreme measures. Peace.
I don't necessarily say forced in, but they either seem forced in or forced out, because the side characters before were a big part. I don't think we really saw them like one time. The Daredevil's you know, cop guy and the girl lawyer. So it just feels like the pacing's still off with that, and the biggest thing is they just haven't really found their tone yet. It hasn't really reached a tone. It just seems like a lot of stuff happening, but it's not really set around a particular thing. Until around the end of the episode. At the end of the episode, we start to get more of a tone that I've been wanting to see about pain, loss, and the failure of redemption, or maybe the seeking redemption, seeking revenge, and a lot of these dark, you know, tones that they could explore with Foggy's death they have not done yet. Foggy's death just kind of seemed like it just happened, and then it just never really seemed like it really mattered. But now they really go for it. So I'm just going to talk about it. The particular scene, we all know what it is. We all know how excited I am in. It's the Punisher scene, and not to skip to the end, but I think I just have to talk about this scene. It was the pivotal moment of this. The episode was kind of leading up to that, at least for Daredevil's point of view. So he goes to Punisher, Frank Castle, and he looks not good at all. You guys don't know, Frank Castle and Punisher are my favorite TV shows of all time. Definitely my favorite comic book character brought to live action of all time. Punisher Season 1 is my favorite television season of all time. I think I got the poster right there if you can see it. And when it left Netflix, I didn't have Disney Plus at the time, so I literally bought Season 1 and 2 on DVD. Probably not the smartest move. I could have just bought Disney Plus to be cheaper, but I really love the show. It's the point I'm trying to make. So when we saw Frank Castle back, it was amazing. And although I do think he seemed a little weird, a little uncharacterized, it makes sense from what he most likely went through. The only issue I had with this scene is one small thing. It's just they did not address what happened to Frank Castle. I wish there had been more build about what he's been doing. But I think that's going to be in later episodes, so I'm not too mad about that. But I feel like there's so much unanswered stuff with Frank. When we see him, it just seems a little off. But outside of that, I thought the acting was amazing. John Burtell and Charlie Cox's chemistry together, talking about their loss, talking about pain, talking about their worldviews, are some of the best acting, deliverance, you know, best screen presence I've seen in television. And the acting we got from this is some of the best seen in television. He, as Punisher, is basically saying, you know, you're doing this because of Foggy. And we finally get to see Foggy mentioned and how that's truly affecting him. And he starts to break down and cry. And I'll admit, I cried during that scene because it was some of the best acting, by far the best acting I've ever seen in Disney Plus. John Burtell, you know, really seeing the pain in him that he's felt with his loss. And we really did see, you know, Matt Murdock really break down about what his motives are. Then at the end scene, we see him go to his suits. I thought the scene was a complete 10 out of 10. It was absolutely spectacular. The setup, the tension building, and most importantly, the thing I love the most is not the acting, it's actually the music. The music score they've put in that scene, and overall the whole entire show has been so good. the sound mixing has been some of the best I've seen in a television show ever. So that's a huge plus. So that scene's amazing. I'm super excited to see. I hope we get to see more of Frank Castle in episode 5 and more address his thing. I know he will be in season 2. I do know he's gonna get his own show. So I'm very excited what they're doing here. And I thought this episode would really kickstart what I've been wanting to see. And I hope that continues episode 5. Even though it took a while to get there, I'm happy we're there. Besides the episode, we saw a lot more of Kingpin. We saw him trying to, do his lawyer stuff. He's trying to build something, and the guy, I forgot his name, his like person who works for him. He caused the issue. And one thing I did like is, I think the old Kingpin would have took him out and slammed him with a door, because that's what he did when that person just embarrassed him in front of Vanessa. This guy made a huge mistake in what he wanted to do, and he's clearly upset, but he actually stopped. Now, I don't think Kingpin's necessarily getting redeemed, but I do think they're showing different qualities in him. And I do think, they're just trying to show a different side of him. And I do like that. I do appreciate that. Because although the show's always shown that, they never went in full depth about actually showing him kind of change. It's always been him decreasing more into bad. We see him trying to split, get out. I don't think he obviously is there. Obviously, you see Adam locked up there. But I thought that was interesting that he actually held back. And people could say he just did that logically because he's loyal, and it's just logically better to have loyal people with you. But I think he actually felt something there. So I like the Kingpin setup. I love the stuff of him and Vanessa. I think it's really interesting. I love the Daredevil scenes, the Matt Murdock scenes. And yeah, this episode's just very, very solid. But that best episode by far, I'm gonna give it an 8.5, which is a monster score for a television episode. I rarely give episodes a 9. Like, if I give an episode a 9, it's like one of the best I've seen, and a 10 is like, euphoric type episodes that are out of the world good. So an 8.5 is definitely the highest, definitely the best episode by far. And yeah, so far I think the show is sitting around a 7.6 or 7. I don't like to rate shows when it's not finished, but just to give a little what I'm kind of thinking about the show so far. It's been good television. Hasn't actually clicked into what I wanted yet, but I think this episode gave me more than I expected and more than I wanted, and I hope to keep doing that. So here's my episode review on episode 4. And yeah, guys, I'll have a Breaking Bad video coming soon. I'm actually rewatching that show right now, and more videos to come as well. And then yeah, next, make sure to check out tomorrow night. I'll be going live on YouTube to talk about Daredevil and more. If you guys want to chat with me live, that'll be nice. And yeah, I thank you guys for watching this video. Always remember to subscribe to extreme measures. Peace out.